angles. I am drunk. 1, drunk. 2, 3.
On March 24th, 2024 at 6:30 a.m. in Westlake, Ohio, an unusual event unfolded involving a suspected drunk driver who found herself in a precarious situation.
Yep, I'm drunk. I'm a drunk trying to drive my car.
Let's break it down. A 30-year-old woman from Lakewood, Ohio was behind the wheel. She drove off a loading dock, leaving her car stuck at a 45-degree angle. Instead of fleeing the scene or panicking, she did something unexpected. She called the police for help.
Hi! I'm drunk. My car is at like 50-degree angles. I am drunk. And I am scared.
What happened?
Oh, wait. These officers are making me less scared. Okay. I'm gonna get off.
The woman expressed her anxiety over the situation. She acknowledged her intoxication, emphasizing that she was drunk. Greg mentioned being near Cedar Point, but GPS data revealed she was actually behind a business on First Street in Westlake.
You made me less anxious to be on the phone with my officer, so I am drunk, and I went on a random drive on Cedar Point, apparently, and apparently my car ended up like this.
Yeah.
The officers reassured her, making her feel less scared during the phone call.
I am drunk,
All right.
and I need to not be like that, and I need to not be like this, and I need my car to be more.
Where are you coming from?
Police identified the suspect as 30-year-old Bethany Golson, allegedly involved in a car crash at a distribution center nearly 50 miles away from an amusement park. Golson mentioned needing space from her boyfriend, which led to her drive. She explained she didn't intend to end up at the distribution center, but found herself there after aimlessly driving.
How did you get back here?
My boyfriend and I were not in a good spot, so I just.
How you doing? Can you give us a little space? We'll come talk to you. Can you give us a little space?
Like a loading dock at a...
I don't know. I just drove and then ended up here.
The police sought clarification on whether she intentionally drove to the center or if the crash was accidental. Golson reiterated her need for space from her boyfriend as the reason for her drive.
Babe, is that you? Is that you?
Hello?
Is that you?
What's your emergency?
It's 80 degrees upside down.
While officers work to understand the situation, let's understand the 911 call Bethany made moments earlier. She initially struggled to respond clearly to the operator's questions, unsure of her exact location and state. Bethany admitted she had been drinking and had flipped her vehicle, leading to her distress call.
Should I get back in my car?
She flipped her vehicle. She said that she has been drinking.
Yep. I'm drunk. I'm a drunk trying to drive my car, and I thought that
Where are you at?
Cedar Point.
Cedar Point?
Yep, I think.
Okay.
It looks like she's on Canterbury. She says that she...
Should I get back in my vehicle and drive a little
walking away
bit?
from her vehicle.
Can you see an address?
I thought I was going to die.
She expressed fear and confusion, uncertain whether she should re-enter her car. Bethany mentioned being at Cedar Point and feeling lost in an unfamiliar place, likely a random development. Despite the operator's attempts to gather information like an address, Bethany continued to emphasize her intoxicated state and anxiety about her situation.
I was so scared. Am I okay?
Okay, do you have an estimated address or anything on Canterbury?
I'm drunk. I'm so drunk. It's not even funny.
260-933.
I'm just like hoping I'm not gonna die. My name is Bethany. I'm like drunk in the middle of nowhere, right?
She recounted driving aimlessly due to a fight with her boyfriend, which led her to this unfamiliar location.
I just went on a random drive because me and my boyfriend were fighting, and then I got like stuck in this random place of this random development, and I feel like it's like not a development, but like Cedar Point instead.
Bethany's anxiety was evident as she worried about offending the arriving officers and expressed a desire for cigarettes.
I don't know if I have cigarettes in there, but if I do, I really want some because I'm drunk and I am anxietous.
Throughout the call, she maintained a frightened tone, repeatedly apologizing for calling in her intoxicated state and seeking reassurance from the operator. The operator remained supportive, urging her to stay on the line until help arrived and ensuring she felt safe. As officers approached the scene, Bethany described her car's precarious position and continued to express shock and disbelief at the situation.
I love you and thank you, and I'm sorry for calling you this way. I'm scared.
That's okay. Just stay on the phone with me, okay? We're getting people out to help you. Do you know how you got in there?
Officers continued their investigation into how the suspect arrived at the scene.
I drove here somehow. I don't know. I was drunk and then I just ended up here and then I got scared. I hope it doesn't offend the officers when they're here. If I could cuddle with officers, it would be great, but I know that's like probably forbidden.
She expressed feeling overwhelmed and scared, wanting to cry due to the confusion of her situation.
I want to cry.
Okay.
No, I want to cry because I'm scared because I'm like, I don't know what the just happened.
When asked about her whereabouts before, she mentioned being at a bar in Lakewood before deciding to go for a drive. She described driving aimlessly in Sandusky and feeling lost, realizing she needed to return home.
And I'm like, on this situation.
Do you remember where you were before here? You said you were in Lakewood and you went for a drive?
Yeah.
Were you at a bar in Lakewood or were you at home?
Yeah, I was in a bar in Lakewood.
Okay.
I was at home, and then I just went for a drive, and then I ended up in Sandusky, and then I went for a drive in Sandusky, and then I went for the wrong drive in Sandusky, and then I was just here, and I was just like, I needed to be home.
Bethany was asked to stand still and face the officer for field sobriety tests. Despite her cooperation, it became evident she struggled with the tasks.
Can you stand right here and face me? Thank you.
When instructed to follow the officer's finger with her eyes only, she initially acknowledged understanding but had difficulty maintaining focus. The officer moved their finger in different directions, testing Bethany's ability to track it without moving her head.
I know you said that your words were that you're drunk, so I just want to
Wait. Am I getting a test?
Yeah, can you see my finger here?
Go ahead.
You have no problem seeing my finger?
Yep.
Alright, so follow my finger with your eyes and your eyes only. And don't move your head, okay?
Next, she was asked to touch both hands to the sides of her face, again emphasizing not to move her head while watching the officer's finger.
So I'm gonna go back and forth and up and down, but just watch my finger with your eyes only, don't move your head, okay?
This is a normal test.
It is a normal test. For SFSTs, yes.
Makes me feel better. Okay. Wait, this is the test that normal people get?
Well, to see if you're sober, yeah.
Okay.
Can you take both your hands and put them on the side of your face, please? They'll remind you to not move your head, okay?
Throughout the tests, Bethany's responses and actions indicated challenges in maintaining the required focus and coordination.
No, no hitting my head.
Do you think physical disabilities that prevent you from like walking or balancing or anything like that?
No,
I have 2 more tests I'm going to ask you to do. Do you want to try to do those?
It was just bringing my vehicle back down.
The officer's instructions and Bethany's attempts underscored her impaired state, likely due to alcohol consumption. The outcome of the test suggested she did not perform well. The officer continued to question Bethany about any physical injuries or conditions that might affect her ability to walk or balance.
Is there like a way
we're gonna have to
to
get a
do
tow
that?
truck, yeah.
Can we do that without that?
No. Do you have a do you want to take my other 2 tests for balance?
Bethany insisted she was capable of doing more tests, but expressed concerns about the status of her vehicle and the financial implications of further testing.
Your eyes there for horizontal gaze nystagmus, so I would want to see if you want to do any balance tests as well. Do you want to submit to those, or do you want to not submit to those?
The only question that I have is how is it going to affect me, like, financially?
Just your choice as to what you want to do right now.
The officer clarified they had already conducted an eye test for horizontal gaze nystagmus and now wanted to proceed with balance tests. Bethany seemed focused on retrieving her vehicle and appeared reluctant to undergo additional tests. The officer explained that due to her condition, they couldn't allow her to drive. They emphasized it was Bethany's decision whether to proceed with the balance tests or not. However, the officer stressed that they were at a critical point where her choice would impact the next steps in the process.
I just want to bring my vehicle down so I can, like, get it out of here.
Yeah, unfortunately, like, we can't let you drive. You know what I mean? We're to a point now where...
Thank you.
Yeah.
So
did you
how
want to take those other 2 tests or no?
The question is, how do I get out of this?
You can't, I mean, we're to a point now where we either want to continue testing or you don't. If you don't want to, it makes no difference to me.
Continue.
Bethany attempted to navigate her way out of the situation, but the officers persisted with conducting field sobriety tests. They instructed her to take small steps in a straight line and return the same way, counting aloud as she walked. Despite her initial hesitation, Bethany followed the instructions but seemed unsure and struggled to maintain the required balance and pace. The officers then proposed another test where Bethany had to stand on one leg with her hands by her side. They demonstrated the stance and explained explained she needed to lift one leg and count in a specific manner. Bethany complied, choosing a leg and attempting the task, but her efforts were met with difficulty as she struggled to maintain balance and follow the counting pattern.
So you want to try the one leg stand? Yeah. Alrighty. So stand there just like you are, and put your hands to your side. And I'm gonna explain and demonstrate this test. Okay? So you're gonna choose one. So choose whichever leg you like. Keeping it straight, don't point it out. Hands to your side. You're playing in a 1000 fashion. I'll look at this foot. Look at this. 2001, 2002, 2003, 2004, 2005, 2006, 2007, so on. Side to side. Keep this knee straight. This one's well. Choose whichever leg you like. You start whenever you like.
In the end, Bethany was arrested for OVI.
Whatever comes next.
Yeah, you're under arrest for OVI.
The officers ensured she had her purse and house keys before guiding her out of the car early in the morning.
But we just need to know this.
Do you need a purse or your house keys out of the car? Okay, let's go and get you warm, okay?
Please.
It's a bad morning for you.
Oh my God, it's
It's 6 in the morning.
I'm kind of happy that you're here for me for my first time. It's like really bad.
They made arrangements to illuminate the back seat to prevent any mishaps and allowed her to make a call.
Can you illuminate this back seat so Bethany doesn't hit her head? Watch her, Bethany.
Can I like get a hold of him so you can know that I'm
Yeah, we'll let you call when we get back, okay? You have your phone, right? So let's take this. There you go.
The officers confirmed the arrest and noted they had one person in custody for OVI.
We need a back seat in the jail, okay?
7763. We'll have one in custody for OVI.
Inside the patrol car, Bethany admitted to driving drunk and missing a loading dock, mistaking it for something more welcoming like Cedar Point. She expressed a desire to be out of handcuffs and suggested smoking a cigarette to feel better. Bethany seemed introspective about the misunderstanding regarding the loading dock and her current predicament.
because I'm a new type person type thing. I want to be out of these handcuffs. You don't feel good. I want to hit a cigarette and be like less anxious.
As the sun rose over the early morning scene, officers inspected the suspect's car. A red Solo cup was immediately visible in the front seat cup holder. They collected some of Bethany's personal belongings and arranged for the car to be towed to an impound lot. After arriving at the jail, Bethany expressed concern about her belongings and keys.
I have keys in there.
Keys where?
Inside there somewhere.
Oh, go ahead, step over here for me.
Okay.
The officer guided her through the intake process, instructing her to step aside for initial procedures.
Morning, how are you? You're gonna follow him?
Come on over here.
Okay. Jump in line.
You take a seat on that black bench right there.
Bethany was cooperative, but seemed overwhelmed by the formalities. The officer reviewed her identification and began explaining the charges she faced for operating a vehicle under the influence.
You are now under arrest for OVI, operating a vehicle under the influence of alcohol, a drug, or a combination of them.
I feel like I'm gonna choose.
Just listen to me, okay?
Yep.
Operating a vehicle under the influence of illicit controlled substance or illicit metabolite of a controlled substance.
Bethany opted to take a breathalyzer test, which proved challenging as she struggled to blow effectively into the device. Despite multiple attempts, she initially failed to meet the required standards, indicating her high level of intoxication.
It's in there. Oh, okay. No, it's too much. It's right in there, go ahead. Alright, take it out real quick. You have to blow into it, like you're blowing up a balloon. Like, take a deep breath. Take a deep breath in. And just put this part around your mouth, not the whole thing.
Oh, yeah, okay.
Okay. You'll blow much harder than that. Yeah, you can hear that tone for about 10 seconds. Take another deep breath. Yeah, about 10 seconds. Take a deep breath in. Breathe. Breathe for a second. You didn't take a breath at all. Keep going, keep going, keep going.
The test eventually showed her blood alcohol concentration, or BAC, was 0.195, more than twice the legal limit. This led to her transfer to another station for further processing and booking.
I gotta get some booking photos. Can you stand up and stand right here on this line? Huh?
Oh my god. Are these gonna be posted online?
Oh, I hope not, but so yeah, stand with your feet on the other side of that. Look straight ahead.
Bethany underwent booking procedures for charges related to operating a vehicle under the influence and reckless operation on private property. She cooperated during the process, including taking booking photos. After being processed, Bethany was released and subsequently entered a plea of not guilty to the charges. Her legal case remains ongoing, awaiting further proceedings in the judicial system. But if you think she was crazy, then you haven't seen the video at your right-hand side.